We're back! I got the Sony ZV-1 working! Figured I'd just go live, just cause. I tried a bunch of things. I tried switching stuff around. And Vega said something that kind of stuck, and he said power supply. So that was the last thing I checked after trying different wires. And turns out that it was the power supply. It doesn't make sense. It was working, and then it wasn't. Like, it was working, but it was glitching. You guys saw that. So what happened? I don't get it. All I did was there's two USB ports on that 9-volt power supply block that I have, and I literally just switched the USB ports, and now we're not glitching. 25. All it was the USB ports. I didn't switch it, but I'm thinking that the USB port that plugs in to my ZV-1 so I don't have to use my battery, I think that one of the USB ports was going bad. I'm gonna have to upgrade on that. I'm back, Vega. Thank you, man. You're the one that said power supply. That was the last thing I checked, and now it's working? Ugh, this Sony ZV-1 back at it again. Very weird that it happened. Now, it's probably because of the charging block that I have. It's a 9-volt. It can do 9-volt capable or whatever, you know, like 4 amps or more. But it has two USB ports. I think the one just gave out. It had to have, because as soon as I switched it, unless it's just because I had to unplug it, I don't know. I see, that's the thing with this base electronics. I did two variables. Maybe I should have just restarted it, see if it worked, unplugged it, plugged it back in. Who knows? But either way, it's working, so that's good. The only thing I don't want to do is unplug it, so I lose all my settings, which I really don't have much, but still, maybe I'll have to just throw my battery in, and that's a pain in the butt. Throw my battery in while I'm not using it, keep my settings, because I think there is some kind of backup memory on there that'll hold it for like 30 seconds. Yeah, you're telling me, man. I don't think I pay like 20 bucks for that thing at Target. 9-volt at 1 amp, something like that. Well, it does 4 amps. It's a big boy. I got another one downstairs too. I might just switch it. Yes and yes. We are back. We're live again, just for a little bit. Vega goes, I've had every streaming problem there is. Right. I don't know how you guys did it that long. Right, dude. And that's the thing. The more you do it, it's like, well, there you go. That's how you fix that. You know, and it's just like car audio, man. It really is. Deviant has arrived. You know it. The OGs are in. But yeah, I'm just happy the ZV-1 works, you know, because like the ZV-1, man, this thing is bee's knees. Changed my mind. No, I am just very stubborn. When something doesn't work, it really makes me upset, because it's like, it should work. It should just work. And it doesn't work. And then I sat and tried to figure out, I'm like, maybe it's StreamYard. I'll unhook from StreamYard, I'll go on Facebook, and just go through the settings, and it's doing the same thing. So I'm like, okay, so it's not StreamYard. Let me just go back to StreamYard. Went back to StreamYard, and I was switching the USB ports on the laptop. The Sony ZV-1 wouldn't work in the other USB port. Maybe I have to install drivers on it. But the GoPro worked on both, but I've had this GoPro for a long time, so maybe that's why. And then, so I was switching around, and I had another USB, because it takes the micro USB, like the LG cord, for the Sony ZV-1. And then I switched it, and same thing. So I'm like, okay, so it's not the cord. The camera's not even hot. Like, I lower the temperature of my room for this. It's freezing in here. That's why I don't wear white shirts. Another thing. So, but so I'm like, what the hell? You know, I'm like, I'm just gonna unplug it and switch it. There's two USBs. You know, just like the darn projector today. You know, whenever everything is just over, you give up. You know, I don't know what you believe in, but there's got to be a God out there, man, because I was over it. I was about to take the Sony ZV-1 back to Best Buy. I know it's been probably longer than my warranty has expired, and be like, take this piece of crap back and then go and get another one, because I was just that upset with it. I'm just happy it's working. We'll be good for Tuesday, and from now on, I'll buy an extra power supply just in case something happens, man. Deviant said, I just told Pebbles she needs to go step her game up. Who's Pebbles? I want to get a capture card. The only reason I didn't, I was thinking about getting a capture card. I use USB. One, I don't even stream over 720. Two, the capture cards are pretty expensive. Unless you know one, it's under 170 bucks. I wanted to get the Elgato stream card, capture card, you know the thing, to see if that would help with the overheating. But when I was talking earlier, when I talked to the Sony guy, he said that this Sony Zv1 has a runtime of 30 minutes. Stream or record, doesn't matter. 30 minutes, that's it. So when I'm getting my 45 minutes with no AC on, that's actually pretty good. And then when I turn down the AC and turn this place into Antarctica, I can get almost 2 hours out of it. And that's whenever they were saying, I was like, well, do you guys carry any streaming cameras? And they're like, well, the best one that we have, it can go about 2 hours. And I'm like, well, that's 4 times the rating of this one, so that should be good. But that's still crazy. There's a time limit. My GoPro can go all day, no issues. And I was like, how much is that? And he said, $3,500. I'm like, oh yeah? I'll go get a professional camera for that price, an entry-level professional camera, and not have to worry about a damn thing. And the picture's probably going to be better than that. I don't care about size or weight. I want something that works, has this awesome mirrorless lens, the focusing. I want that. I really do. I know, I'm thinking about wearing a jacket in here. Then I get too hot. I do want to get a capture card. Andy out here spending his Patreon money. You know it, man. The only thing I really did spend on for you guys with that money, because I just keep it for the audio stuff, really. I did buy a motorcycle light bulb. I needed that. But that, you know the stuff. the post that I made. Which, that's what I'm going to start on. Yeah, I did see that. Even on just like the quality of, even at low definition, there is a difference. I was mainly looking at the capture card to see if I could get longer streaming so that the camera is not doing all the work, you know, so that the capture card is just receiving and doing all the transferring rather than the camera having to do something else. He said that that might help a few minutes. I don't know. I feel like this guy didn't know what the heck he was talking about. But you know. I definitely do want to get one. If you got a good idea on one that's around, like, cheaper than the one that I was mentioning, the HD60, I think, from Elgato. Okay, you did. Eva G XR1, it's about 75. Awesome, that's not bad. That's a doable price. You know what I mean? Vega says, people have been using the Sony A5100 to stream games forever without any trouble, so that's weird. Right, and that's an older camera. Now, is it mirrorless or is it a DSLR? I think it's the problem with the mirrorless. And to get an old school VH. Listen, I got one of those. I just put on a tripod, you know, because even those ones had a different tripod connector. Like, these tripod connectors are tiny, man. They're like 1/4 inch. The other ones were like 3/8 or something like that. They were huge. I remember my dad carrying that camcorder around everywhere, man. The one you put on your shoulder. And then me and my buddy Joe Hudock, we used to make Channel 2 news. And it's funny. I was the guy behind the camera. He was the guy on the camera. And now here I am doing all the, you know, on the camera stuff. I don't really talk to him too much. You know how it is whenever you have childhood friends. You guys kind of just go your own way. I talk to him here and there, but it's been about 2 years. No, not at all. Not at all. Cool, man. Yeah, let me know what you want for it. I gotta give you something, man. There's no way. Yeah, I want to see if that would help. You know, that's why I was going to get the Elgato, but I'm like, that's $170 for a swing and a miss. You know, and yeah, it's gonna make my quality look better, but then I'm still freezing out. Or, you know, how much is it really? You know, we all know, like, once you get to a certain point, like, how much money is it going to really make a difference of, like, your quality of your gear, your audio, your video, all that kind of stuff? Is it, you know, I didn't want to throw money to the wind. I appreciate that, dude. Holy crap. Deviant says 25. Search class action park trailer on YouTube and you will say, I need this in my life. This is like side jagging right here, Vega. Damn, this is side jagging right here. I like doing it too, but you know, I try to keep the actual live, you know, semi, like Dan Kern says, semi-professional. I try, man. Because, you know, whenever you start just talking about whatever, sometimes people, you just watch it, they just drop off, you know, because they want to watch car audio content and, you know, they want to learn something or they just want to hear what you have to say. Oh, wow, the 5100 is mirrorless. I'm going to have to check that out. How much is the MSRP on that? Andy, you got to have guess. We could do it. I sleep in the night. I'm just happy this camera's working. But you know how it goes. We really got so much time. We're already 10 minutes into this, man. Bro, you're crazy. Thank you. I love you, man. Just let me know if you ever need anything. I mean it. You've helped me out so much. Just little stuff, man, and just some big stuff too, man. Holy crap. Holy crap. I know, I really do miss the 12-volt talk. I know Derek wants to take a break and everything, and miss you guys. I know, I feel upset because, like, literally we went to, I forget what town in Maryland. Let me pull up my phone. Not Maryland, West Virginia. Yeah, maps. There we go. No, really? See all. No, not Bethel Park. You know what? I didn't put the address in for that store. That was the Bethel Park one I did because my dad drives. But it was West Virginia. It was like 2 hours and 20 minutes away or something like that. And literally, we got off 70, which is like 30 minutes. And then after that, no internet. And then when we were there, the internet was so slow. Like, it's like 1G. It was terrible, man. It was terrible. Like, I literally, thank God, I got Pokemon on this phone. Like, I literally have a Game Boy. I can download ROMs, ROM hacks, play Game Boy, no internet, and Apple can't shut me down. If you guys want to learn how to do that, that's pretty cool. Leave a comment. Took me a while to figure that out without having to have an Android phone. It's the only thing you can use with iPhone. GBA4 OIS does not work anymore, and they shut you out every month. You lose all your information. Pain in the butt. I mean, you don't just not Pokemon. You could any Game Boy, which is cool. Nice when you don't have internet. Andy is gonna buy one with his 5-finger discount. Oh no! Oh no! Hashtag me too, man. Big D quit, just won't admit it. Nope. No, he'll come back. I mean, it's hard, dude. You know, doing all this stuff all the time, you do think about it. I know you do, Rob. You know, it's like, do I really want to do this the rest of my life? Can I do it, like post a video every week or whatever you do? Go live. Forever. That's tough to do. And whenever you're already been doing it for how long, and you've been doing podcasts weekly, majorly, for how long, it does catch up to you, not gonna lie. So yeah, a nice break, you definitely need it. He might come back right now, I don't know, but it might be a month or two and be like, hey guys, guess what? 12-volt talk is back, and then you're gonna have a surge of people jumping on that. I know it, and I'll share it. Audio lets us run the chats. Emulation is the bomb. Heck yeah, man. I had a bunch of stuff, I forget what it was called, but I could play N64 games on my phone. It was kind of janky, but it was pretty cool to play Pokemon Stadium on your cell phone. Absolutely, man. It's a commitment. It really is, but it does help that it's like, it's not like you're going to work and you're doing something that you don't really like. At least you do enjoy it, you know, but there is a time deadline that you have to make on some things, you know? Not, you know, we're just figuratively speaking, but you do. Yeah, it's freezing outside. That's the thing. I'm like, this camera is not hot. There is no way. There is no way this camera is hot. Shoot me a link. I'll join and chop it up. Heck yeah, dude. Invite. Copy to clipboard. We'll do that. Takes so long to go through the messenger through StreamYard. It's so slow. I gotta vape. Robert Vega. Come on, internet. There we go. Oh, there's a Robert Vega and a Robert Hi-Fi Vega. You got two Facebooks? And for some reason, none of your messages are popping up on here. This internet's real slow because my computer is like, kill me. You're doing too much. I'm not meant for this. Shoot to a link. He'll join and chop it up a bit if you want. 25? Do you want to... Deviant, you want to jump in? My troll joke failed. Come on, man. Yeah, I sent that to you, Rob. Yeah. I don't know why it's being weird. Let me know if you got that. Let me show you guys something really funny real fast. Oh, my Elgato Wave is down. I was gonna say, you guys should hear music back there. Check this out.
Oh, I gotta hit this button here.
Oh, this is funny. Run, Boss Audio, or else. I was doing this all day today. Oh, man. Okay, you can hear the music? Good. I've been watching all these scammer videos, and I'm like, there's gotta be a plugin for this. I need to change my voice now. There's all kind of stuff you can do with it. It's pretty cool. And then you can just go over here and...
click it off. Then you're good to go. Then you're back on. I know, it's so cool you can do it live. It's nuts, and it's free, but it's with the Elgato. They just upgraded. That's how I have like a noise compressor and all kinds of stuff. Rob, did you get that yet? Or is my internet just not working? The heck? I had to show you guys that. It's funny. Yeah, I sent it. You Instagram. Oh, I sent it through Instagram? How did it send through Instagram? What the heck? Yeah, that's a different one. Here, let me just put this K. And then, sorry, Rob. I'm going to get you in a second here. Gotcha. It sent it through the Instagram. It literally sent it through the Instagram of Robert Hi-Fi Vega. Like, literally. No link? Got it. Good, 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 good. Oh, so weird. And now we wait. I'm gonna have to go like this. So, how's everyone's night going? Good? And he has the devil. Yo, can you transform the other streamer's voice, Mick? I wish I could. Vega! What's going on?
What's up, man?
Just chilling, hanging out.
Yeah, me too. Might as well join. He's fixing the camera. This is the capture card. Check it out. Check out how little this thing is. If I can get it to focus.
There's like nothing to it.
Yeah.
There's nothing to it. So it's just an so it runs HDMI into this, and then.
Yep, USB 2.0 to HDMI.
Okay, so I would have to get an HDMI to mini HDMI cord.
Yep.
Is that what I would need? Okay.
I
okay.
think I got one. I got one of those too. I'll look because I know that I ordered I had to order and it come 5 in a package.
Jesus. Jeez. So you don't use yours anymore? Or did you upgrade or?
Oh, I have the M200. That's what I use
okay.
now.
Okay.
But no, I have that the EVJ XR1, which works about the same, but I think the color palette is more natural on this versus the cheap. That's where you'll tell the difference.
Right, and I think that's what I'm kind of looking for to see if just that will help with some of the heating issues and just
this one's a little oversaturated versus a little higher rated one. But
so more color. That's all. I mean, I can kind of probably try to dial that down in the ZV1 because I can do that, which is cool. I can adjust stuff before I stream, and it actually works for the streaming. It's cool because the GoPro you can't change anything. It's just set.
Yeah,
it's kind of dumb.
It just is what it is. Yeah. Which I like the M200 is really nice as far as streaming because it has the eye autofocus like the ZV1.
Right.
I can change the lens on it if I want to do something different, which is cool. Even though
you can't do that with this.
No, and you got your widest lens is what, 24 millimeter at the biggest?
I don't even know if it's 24. I think it's probably even wide, not even wide as that. 25.7.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
So, and I've got this at the 22. It's just a fixed. But you can go to 15. The kit lens that comes with it, you can go to 15.
Wow.
So you get
I know
nice wide shot.
Yours looks nice because it's like you're in focus. The background is not as much, but it's not like blur. It looks good. And every time I see you, you got a really?
Yeah.
Oh jeez. I'd say every time I see you, got a different backdrop, or you're just moving around a little bit.
I moved it. This room is so small, so my desk used to be right here, facing this wall, and you would see this over here. So then I changed this up, and now I have I have another it's a tool cabinet back here. So I got everything set up so I have a middle area now where I can actually do some work if I need to.
You can actually walk around a little bit.
Right. Well, plus when we have guests over, it's easier because before I had to take everything out to fit 2 beds in here. Like when Dean and Fernando came over.
Yeah.
I had to pull everything on that side out to fit 2 beds. Now I can fit 2 beds pretty easy.
Nice. Well, you got more room. I ain't fitting a bed in here. Not at all.
Yeah, this is. I think it's 10 by 10 or 10 by 11 maybe.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
I got too much just stuff. It's not storage, but it is a lot of my audio stuff, and then just a little bit of random stuff here and there, and a random dresser. But it's got stuff in it, but not all audio. It's just.
Yeah.
I
basically spent all my extra money on storage. The test bench that you see on all my dyno videos is literally right here now.
Nice. Yeah.
So I got another spot to film. I can film this way if I want to. I got more storage now, so.
I know it's always tough, making sure you got enough room to work on stuff and film, and then do this stuff. You got to make your own room. You know what I mean? It's just it's tough. It's tough.
It is. It makes it tough because you can't take over the whole house, basically.
No.
Even though you kind of do, but you don't want to.
Right. I know it's bad. It's I got this room. The outside, the extra living room, I guess you could say, our doorway, which is a giant room. It's just all fish tanks. You've seen it on Facebook and stuff. So I already took that over. And it's just Kayla's got her room, and then Bryson and Oakley have their room together, but Oakley don't even sleep in there yet. He's still sleeping with us. And then when we
Yeah.
got that projector, I had that extra projector. I'm like, oh, it would look nice right here. We could fire it this way. I'll just sit on top of her. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. She's gonna be mad. It's bad enough.
When you first, before you had kids, did you think like, yeah, they're not going to sleep in our bed for very long? And,
Right,
like,
no.
Yeah, that's what everyone
No.
thinks. That's what everyone thinks. It's like, no, this is, yeah. Or I'm not going to pick them up all the time. I'm not going to, yeah, right. It's like
Right.
you haven't had no sleep. Like, I'm doing what I need to do to get through the day.
Yeah, yeah. I know we tried doing. Bryson was a little bit better. He would actually sleep in the crib.
Yeah.
Oakley, I mean, it's tough because, like, she breastfeeds, so it's just easier. No one really has to wake up except if diaper needs changed or someone explodes or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's it works for now. But that's the thing. I know I can't wait till we get our own place. Probably in like
Yeah.
a year or two. Need a lot of
That'd be nice.
space.
Yeah, you guys gonna buy or you?
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, I'll rent here until I can find a house. It was just a credit, kind of, and you know how all that kind of
Oh,
stuff
dude,
is.
it's got to be absolutely perfect for you to buy a house. I think I had to pay off like 2 things I didn't even know about. Like, what are you talking?
Really.
Yeah, it was like one was like 500 that I had no clue about, and one of them was like, I think it was like 700 or 800, and it was something that I shouldn't have had to pay. It was.
Wow.
I can't even remember exactly what it was, but I had to pay it just to get the house because we had to close on the house, and
Wow.
I couldn't resolve the dispute quick enough, so I just
Dumb.
ended up paying on the money, and yeah.
Wow. That's crazy. It must have been maybe something with like the insurance, something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it was something that I believe it was like a furniture store that we had paid something off earlier, and they charge like an extra fee. Oh, it was like a $1 carryover or something like that, $10 difference in the balance, and they kept charging late fees on it
Yeah.
because I thought I paid it off, but I didn't fully pay it off.
Oh, and it
But
just
that
racked
was
up.
like over 10 or so years. They just kept doing late fees, and then
Oh,
next thing you
wow.
know, it goes from whatever it was, 20, 30, $10 to 700, 800 bucks.
Jesus. Oh, it does add up. I know I got to pay my local taxes. They keep sending something in the mail. What's
Yeah.
John say here? John, we have a 3.5-year-old. We caved on a lot of things, but letting her sleep in our room is something we never caved on. Sounds like we dodged a bullet. Yeah, I mean, it has its benefits. I get woken up from, Oakley, whatever, but then he goes right
Yeah.
back to sleep. So we're not both getting up, doing whatever,
Having to
taking
go.
turns. Right, it's a lot easier for that, but yeah, you don't get that
All right.
alone time.
My son's 18 now, but when he was little and he was sleeping in there, dude, I would wake up with a tiny little cold foot down the back of my boxers. Like, he done worked his little cold foot. And I'm like, dude, that's the way.
Yeah.
You just shock you to death, man. You're wide awake.
Frozen. I know. It's tough. I mean, that's why we have a king size bed. We had to upgrade. It was just
Yeah.
no way. Whenever I first met Kayla and everything, and I was living with my parents, and she was living with her parents, and you know how that all starts out and everything.
Yeah.
And one point we were sleeping on a twin bed, and she was like 8-9 months pregnant. It was insane.
Yeah, well,
It's like, how
dude,
do we do that?
We had a full-size bed, I think, all the way through our kids. And then eventually, we've got a king-size bed, and we've had it now for a while. But yeah, we rocked a full-size for a very long time.
And they're small. You would think, full size. Oh yeah, no.
Yeah. No. I mean, I can't imagine a twin, dude. That's
Right.
It's brutal.
Right. Look at this comment here. Robot Underground.
Oh no.
Oh man, I watch some of his content other than
Yeah.
you know what I mean, and it's like, it's very techy, and it's like he's that kind of guy. He built his own speakers, and he knows a lot about amps, and he's been around, and it's just the negativity. It's just kind of
It's like
it's
too much.
uncalled for, and it's just
I had bought stuff from him way back in the early 2000s.
Really?
Because he
Wow.
bought up a lot of old stock stuff that wasn't in circulation, like ADS rebuild kits and stuff like that. But yeah, man, it's like, yeah, it's not how you make your name off
No.
the negative stuff. And, if you're going to do it like that, I'm not cool with that. So,
right. And there's always those people that they do that to big famous superstars, and that's
Right,
how
right.
that's how they get popular, and that's that's your cup of tea. That's your cup of tea. I just know people like that, and I usually don't get along with them, but I try to just veer away, and but it's gonna
Yeah.
happen anyway. It is what it is. But yeah, that was pretty crazy when I seen all that stuff, and it's like when the one thing that kind of stuck out when he was making fun of Derek, I'm like, wow, he's making fun of him for like putting in those little clips and stuff, and it's like
Yeah.
that's what made me really like Derek. And then if you notice on my videos, I kind of do that too, and it's like
Right.
to like break the ice, or not even break the ice, but to get a little joke out of you while we're being all serious about something,
Right.
and it's just that's how you do stuff. And
Yeah.
to knock on it, sure, go ahead, but keep
Yeah,
your
it was
opinion
just-
to yourself.
Well, yeah, it's just, it was, don't buy this, don't buy that. But I sell this stuff you can buy, and it's the
Yeah.
best, so it's like, it's whatever. And I will say, like, his subs and stuff, they've been cool. Like, the subs I got back in the day,
Yeah.
I thought they were decent stuff, but I cannot abide by the negativity and that's the whole thing when we started this, like, build a community, be positive, and
Right.
so,
And that's what's crazy, because he does have a brand of subs, what was it, Jizz Llama or something like that? I forget
Yeah,
what it's called. Something that my parents probably wouldn't approve. But regardless, you're a face of a company or whatever, and you want your company to go good. I feel like that approach probably isn't the best way to go about things. But hey, it's your boat.
yeah.
You paddle it.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's a free country, and you can do whatever you want in this country. So,
Right?
Well,
Absolutely.
For the most part.
Yeah, we're starting to lose a little bit.
Yeah.
Let's see. Deviant said something. I wanted a fixer-upper because I can fix everything, but my wife wanted turnkey. There were 2 cabins on the market. She picked the turnkey. I mean, it all depends who you are, I would want a fixer-upper to a point.
Yeah.
Just because I have good friends, and the guy that built Cookie Monster, Tony, man, he is the carpenter. And it's like, I don't want to be like, hey, Tony, here's 20 grand. Can you fix my entire house? Because it's just, there's no floors, there's no nothing. It's really bad. Get your guys in here. Let's do it. But to a degree, absolutely, man. Because then you can get
Yeah.
a good deal on it.
Yeah, and it depends on how much time you have. too.
Right. Oh, here we go. You guys watch MBE Enclosures at all? Found him in November, and he's been one of my main channels I watched lately. Main business is building boxes, but he makes a lot of videos too. He does make a lot of videos.
Yeah, he does, and I do watch him, and I wondered, like, there was something about him, like what he was doing, and my buddy said to me, he's like a cardio preacher, and he really is. If you sit and he's a cardio, he's not talking to you. He's like preaching to you, which is
Yeah.
it's nothing against what he's doing, but
No.
I think that's why people like it, and he gets a lot of people in the streams. It's like
Absolutely.
a cardio evangelist of sorts.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
The box build over brand whisperer for sure.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of how I found him. I
Yeah.
found him on about a year ago, maybe 2, not even 2 years ago, maybe something around then. The only video, it kind of stuck out because it was like 1 ohm's worse than 2 ohm, and it kind of does make sense because an amplifier could have more control, but it was kind of controversial. So then it made me look into more of his videos. So then I started watching them, and I know he's been going live now every Friday, and the
Yeah.
videos he does put out, there is content there where he's talking to the beginners, like, hey
Right.
guys, don't listen to so and so, do what you want to do. These brands work for me. I think they're good. They're efficient. Conary is king. And whatever your opinion is on him, he's a good guy. He really is. He's been in the audio league for a long time, and
Yeah.
he likes to ramble on. And someone wanted, that was another guy that Robert guy or what was talking about. And it's like, man, you don't have to go all like that, but I mean, sure,
Yeah.
He's a good guy. I really think he is.
Oh yeah, for sure. And his videos are more. He's not sitting and editing for many hours. Obviously, you could tell it's just a run and gun. He's sitting down and
Yeah.
he's just talking to the cameras and putting his opinions out there. Which if you got a lot of opinions put out there, that's a very easy way to put out a lot of content because As you know, editing is tough. Editing and getting your shots, shooting
Right.
B-roll, that's tough.
Right. And that's how you get out a lot of content too. But if it works,
Right.
it works. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, definitely. Yeah, and he's growing quickly, so.
I know he's got like almost 13K or something.
I think he's got 14K.
Really?
Yeah,
Holy shit.
yeah.
I jumped on him and he was a 2. He was a 2000. Yeah, he was on mass. Yeah, that's MBE, all right. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know why I right clicked.
He's one of the few guys that can match Kip in word for word.
Oh my god.
And,
Yeah.
and the amount that they talk.
I know he called me twice. The second time he called me, and he was, or no, it was the first time. It was the first time he called me, and he was just going on and on and on and on. I'm like, man, you remind me of my buddy Soda. Not gonna lie, you know, like literally, he just keep going on and on. But you know, he was preaching to me, but in a way, talking to me too. And it's like, dude, I am on the same page with you on Kicker. Like, I know they make good stuff, and you know. We think the same way, don't you worry.
Yeah.
Because I tried getting him on the Rolling Thunder, and then that never happened. Something came up, and then he does his own live stream, so I don't think he'll be able to do it.
At the same time,
Yeah, I'm kind of upset about it because I always miss it. I'm on the Rolling Thunder and then mine, and I'm like,
Yeah, well, and there's a lot of people in comments, like he's getting people way outside of the main streamers that you see in car audio, because you know there's a lot of people in there. There is some I recognize, but not. I would say 90%.
Right. It's a different pond. It's a bigger pond, but it's a different pond.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, a rising tide lifts all boats, so
Yeah.
they see MB stuff, and they're like, hey, you know, these other car audio guys are doing things. Maybe we'll check out theirs.
Right. Right. And no one's perfect. You know what I mean? No matter how good you get at something or however you do it, you know, everyone's got their flaws. So, you know, to be someone looked up to, like how he's been doing all his YouTube and is getting all that stuff, and like how we do, you know what I mean? And it's just cool to be at any level, whatever you're at, you know.
Yeah, for sure. You know, and I know you're a lot like me. You started in the community. You feel like you're in the community no matter how big you get or how small you stay, in my case, you know, which I do only videos I want to do. Even though I know you can look in YouTube and say, this is when people stop watching. I know if I do my video like this, more people will watch. If I do this type of video, more people will watch. But how far do you want to take that? Could this realistically be a job for you? That's what you got to, and to me, I would have to make an inordinate amount of money to be able to do something like this full time. So I have to bump it to, all right, this is going to be a hobby, so let's just do what's fun. If it's not fun, don't do it.
Right. Because, I mean, even say you get 1 million subscribers, you know, you got all these views and you're bringing in, you know, YouTube revenue. You got to save that money. There's no retirement plan for YouTube.
Yeah.
You know, so for it to be your only job.
Insurance.
And right. And then taxes. God, man, I cannot wait to get a tax return. It's going to be just like when I get paid with my dad. It's just all, you know, subcontracting. You know, you just get whacked because you're not paying a damn thing. You just get whacked.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And then in order to do it full time, you might have to do videos that you don't want to do. And then at that point, well, how's it different than a job? You know.
Yep. Yep, absolutely. I know it's funny. I was posting some videos on TikTok, and it's like the ones that I thought were like okay, but I knew they were going to do good. They did good, and it's like the ones that I like. I know they're not going to do good because it's just that's not what people like. It's not how that algorithm works. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, it's like that. It's like that on YouTube too. The ones that you think you're like, oh man, I really don't like this video that much. They do the best. Or the ones you have problems with. A lot of times the ones like the cable cutter review. Yeah. That thing has done terribly. But
Really?
Yeah. Comparatively to my other videos.
Yeah.
But it's kind of outside. It's outside car audio, even though it is in car audio.
Right.
Which I know it, and it's like my second hobby. I love tools. I work with tools every day, so it was like a project passion project.
Right, and I feel like you're going to get traffic eventually anyway from people Googling it, and then they're looking up for that tool, maybe not car audio, But you'll get something from it too. And if you keep doing that, man, I mean, you're known. I see you as the tool car audio guy, and like how you compare everything, man. I wish I could do all that stuff. That's pretty cool, and it's that's your thing. And like you said, like Project Farm, I wish he does a little bit, like batteries and stuff, which is pretty cool. But I'm sure he probably felt the same way because he's testing all different stuff. It's not one niche whatsoever. But I don't think you need to give up, Rob. You just keep doing what you're doing. You'll be good, man. Really will.
I'll keep plugging away no matter what. Just like 12 Talk's on hiatus for a minute, but still plugging away with reverse polarity. So
how's Derek doing? I watched his last video with the Sundown. I think it was the 4K.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was a 3. It was 4K. I think.
It was the 4. He done the 3 and then the 4.
Okay.
A couple weeks later. Oh yeah,
how's he doing? Is he all right?
Yeah. I talk to him every day. He's just chilling, hanging out,
good.
Doing family stuff. So.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes you just need a breath of fresh air. You really do.
Well, and when we started 12 Talk, it truly was meant to be a podcast, not a live stream. So it kind of like when we're just doing shows to do shows and we don't have guests or we don't have a specific topic we want to talk about, and we would say it in the live stream, like the first hour we're not going to really pay attention to comments because this is a 1-hour podcast.
I remember that you guys would cut it and then
and then we'd go into after talk and chat. Well, eventually, we're just doing it just to do it, like a live stream, like reverse polarity, which is a live stream. It's kind of a podcast / live stream, which is more like audience engagement, but that was not meant to be that. So that, and I totally agree with Derek on that. Like when we're doing that, like what are we doing it for if we're not doing the actual podcast?
Why don't you guys do pre-recorded?
Well, we had thought about that before too. I tell you, man, it is hard to lock down guests and like get them pegged down to every single week. And then, we would have a document so we knew what we were going to talk about, ask them questions. And plus, there's so many more shows getting guests that we don't want to recycle them, week after week.
True. I know. I think it was like one moment I was on Kicker, 12 Talk, and then Sound Advice, and then Base Wars, and then I kind of felt like I don't want to repeat the same story, like half you guys probably already heard this already, you know what I mean? So that's on my side, let alone your side with your content,
Yeah. So that's kind of where that's at now. So we'll see, I don't know if we'll be back anytime soon or we'll be back, whatever. But we'll just, we got to figure out what we want to do with that.
Right. Absolutely. Well, we'll be waiting for you no matter what.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, we'll still be here Thursdays, me and Dean.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I know I feel so bad because usually I at least, chime in for like the first half hour, as long as I'm like not working or something, or I'm listening. I had no internet, man. I'm like, God, this is terrible. I miss both of them.
Yeah. I always like, even if I'm not watching, I used to have to work a lot of overtime. Well, I've got a reprieve from the overtime recently, so it's been nice. I've been able to join the live stream. But like tonight, I was making, during Rolling Thunder, making a big 3K. I wish I hadn't boxed it up so I could show you. But I was making a big 3 and an amp kit for someone. But I always have it on the background, so I'm either listening in headphones or listening on the computer.
Right.
But yeah, I'm always listening, even if I'm not.
You got to.
Right.
Yeah. Now, how long does it take you to do each one of those big 3 kits? I was going to ask you that.
A big 3 kit, probably. I don't know, man. Probably 15, 20 minutes, maybe. By the time I get a Tech Flex shrinked up and everything.
Yeah.
I've got I've got this. This was going to be my build station for big 3s back here. Well, it's got that nice top on it, and I was like, I can also use it for photos. Well, I took this crimp right here, and I scarred the hell out of it with this part right here when I was crimping. I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'll just do it on my old test bench.
Yeah. Jesus.
And I'll save that for
pictures.
For other video. Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's tough too, because like you got your own little side hustle on a side hustle too, you know?
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely, and yeah, that keeps me busy. Although I don't push it that much because I can't. I don't simply don't have enough time to do like if I had a lot of orders.
Right,
I don't have enough time, or I don't order more product. I don't use house money on this side
right,
hustle.
right.
So anything I get from profits from that goes back into it, or YouTube stuff. So I only, I'm buying like 400 or 500 foot of wire at a time.
It's still a lot of
something like
wire, you know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah, and that's
You
a
know?
lot of money, especially with like new prices. I think
Right.
even the cheapest wire is like 450 a foot now.
Woo. I mean, that's good wire though. You know what I mean? Like from all
Yeah.
your videos, 450. That's good. That's good wire. You know, you're not paying $7-8 like Kicker, but
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
getting some decent stuff. Now that's cool. Like I really do like how you do that. And that's got to be tough. And like you said, you don't want to have either too much product and no one buying, or everyone wanting to buy it and then you don't have enough product to get it out. And then first impressions everything. So,
Right. It's a catch-22, and
yeah.
If I start pushing it hard, I need to be able to. I want to deliver it within 5 days. That's kind of my goal. So if you
Right.
order on Monday, I'd love to get it to you by Friday. And
Right, and that's understandable, and that's pretty fast
Yeah.
for one guy, doing everything. Because then you still got to drive out and dump it off at the post office or get the packages, or you probably already have the packages. You know what I mean? Still got to do all that too, and you got a job and a family too.
Yeah,
You got to go
Oh,
live
and
in
then
2 hours.
it was killing me with the overtime. 3
Yeah.
days over, so I go in at 6:30 and then get off at 7 p.m.
Ooh,
Come home.
just in time.
Yeah, come home, maybe build an amp kit or two, get it built up, have my wife drop it off at the post. She
Damn.
does the work or something. So,
Damn,
but I'm not doing that now, so.
it's good. It's good.
Yeah.
And at least you got some help. Always helps.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, see, I had big plans. I was gonna do all kinds of extra videos while I'm not working overtime. And
Right.
guess how many I've done? 0. Absolutely none.
That's the thing,
Absolutely
man.
none, man.
And then next thing you know, you're like crushing. Last
Yeah.
minute, like, oh, I'm gonna get this done.
Yeah. Well,
Same.
that was one of my New Year's resolutions, that I'm not gonna put out a video unless I'm happy with it. Even if it means I don't get one every week.
Right, right. And it's like, I listen to you guys, I see you guys do it, and it's like, I don't want to burn myself out. I want to do stuff that I enjoy. Yeah, you got to make the people happy, but at the same
Yeah.
time, you got to be happy too while you're doing it, or they're going to be able to tell that this guy just doesn't enjoy what he's doing. He's just slapping together content. His editing skills look like there's no heart in. You know what I mean? I like putting heart into
Yeah.
stuff, and if I'm not feeling it, you're going to be able to tell. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I understand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you already got one job. You don't need to, because the moment it's not fun, it becomes a job.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, we got good people like you and everyone else in the community, and it, makes it easier. Really
Oh
does.
yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fun. I know we need to get you on. You work Thursday nights, don't you?
Yeah, I work Thursday, but if you let me know ahead of time, I can make sure that I can get off for it.
Yeah.
So-
We'll have to get you on side jag and reverse play, do the duo if you're gonna take off.
Oh yeah,
That'd be fun. We'll pick a good movie.
yeah. Something I watched.
Right.
I know. Listen to the Rolling Thunder. All those guys listen to all these movies, and you guys put up a
Yeah.
lot of movie reviews, and I'm like, man, I never seen that, or I didn't see that yet, and I want to see it.
Yeah, I mean, we've watched a lot of bad movies. A lot of bad movies.
Yeah.
Kip has recommended probably the worst, which is 6 Underground. One of the worst movies we've seen. What else? We've seen some really bad ones. We watched Ghostbusters, though. Ghostbusters was good.
Oh yeah, wait, the new one.
Right, the new one.
Yeah, I want to see that. I need to rewatch them with Kayla because she never seen any of them. I'm like, oh my god, you got to watch these ones before you watch the new one. He said, Vega, do you sell straight wire too? I know you do kits and all, but I'd love to know where else I could find other content creators sell. I'd rather not buy from big corporations whenever I can.
Yeah,
I mean-
I don't sell straight wire because you could basically just buy it from the same places I'm buying it for almost the same price.
Right, because you probably get a small discount, but you're not buying 10,000
Yeah,
feet.
and mine's the discount you could get by buying bulk yourself.
Right. And then
So,
shipping too. You know, companies
Yeah.
they get cheaper shipping, so it doesn't even affect them really. You know, because
That's why I try to ship flat rate. Everything I can is flat rate. The kit today, I had to do a full amp kit and a big 3. I got it in a medium flat rate, but that still cost me $16.10 to ship anywhere in the United States. If I can get it in a padded envelope, which I double bag it in the padded envelopes, that's like $9.75 or $9.25, something like that.
That's not too bad, especially for like how much weight you have in there. You know,
Right,
because you
that's
probably got
the
like
thing.
almost 20 pounds.
Yeah, the flat rate's heavy as hell. Matter of fact, I like tape it both ways.
Jeez. You inspired a video, Andy? Inspired a vid?
Oh man.
Let me know what it is.
Well, your camera hasn't been glitching out yet.
No, I mean with the AC on, the fan.
Yeah.
Well, the fan was blowing on it until I started messing with everything. I should get around. Well, it's already been 50 minutes. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd say an hour and 20. It
I
might
bet
start glitching.
I bet you with this, you might be able to get through both of your streams. without
That's
it
what I
shutting off.
want. You know, to be
Yeah.
able to for both. Because I hate doing the different camera, but it's like I'm gonna save my good camera for my channel. You know, because that's what matters at the end of the day. I love the Rolling Thunder. You know, it's awesome to be on there. But yeah, right. You should be able to
plus,
stream for.
You're not the big screen on Rolling Thunder. You guys should share the screen, so it's not
Right,
as
and it
important.
kind of looks like I'm just, you know, chilling, hanging out with the guys rather than one-on-one kind of, you know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, the GoPro looks good. It looks better in a webcam with the.
Yeah. Oh, this webcam on this computer is straight garbage. It's
Yeah.
like it's really bad.
And I had the Brio. I had the $200 4K Logitech Brio, and still, I think the GoPro looks better.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Holy crap. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And Logitech's pretty good for their stuff. I know they make like surround sounds, a little, you know, they do make webcams. I've seen those. That's crazy. I mean, that's the thing. Like, I was used to it. I had no problem with the GoPro. And then I get the Zv1 and I try it and it says, oh, you can stream with this. And I'm like, oh, really? And I put it on. I'm like, holy shit.
The CV1's cool
this is
because you don't
nice.
got to mess with lenses, and
No.
it's got the product showcase mode, and it's got like I kind of want to get one. I'm shooting a lot with this 13 Pro here,
Yeah.
and this thing, I'll tell you what, man, you'd be hard pressed to tell the difference between this and the M50 that I was using before.
Really?
Yeah, because
Wow.
this does 8-bit as well, just like the M50, and
Jeez.
even zoomed in, like especially because I can do 4K with no crop on this. So
Wow.
yeah, it's yeah, it's tough.
That's
it'd be
crazy.
hard.
I always see the commercials for it, for like the cinematic view, the focusing, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It is pretty cool for, you know, being in your pocket. You can't complain on that. What's he say? RGA says, when I finally quit doing vids, eventually I know the community and guys like you and others, community's in good hands. Right. We're definitely trying, you know, and it's crazy because I know old heads sometimes, man, they can be real, you know, I've been in this for 20, 30 years, and then you get people like this guy, it's just, you know, awesome. And that's the community that we want it to grow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're always going to have your, you know, your needles in the haystack, but I honestly, you know, other than base heads on a budget, I've been calling some people out on that page because they're just getting they're getting a little like rude to people, and it's like, dude, you didn't invent this hobby, man. Like I get the guy doesn't really know what he's talking about, but he kind of does, and I've been there. Be nice to him. Slow down. What are you doing? Come on.
Yeah, but, you know, people they can be their worst selves on the internet.
Right.
Especially
Right.
especially if they don't actually have to be a legit real person face to face with somebody. It's easy to be your worst self and not actually think about how someone feels when you're doing something.
Right. It's like, say it to my face, you know, and then
Yeah,
probably
exactly.
wouldn't say as much, you know, might have other
Right.
words.
Well,
or
and even it's like you just might not want to hurt someone's feelings like that in person because you're like, oh, this is a real person here.
Right. Right.
Yes, this is a stupid question,
Right.
you know, but they're gonna happen. It's
Right.
gonna happen. So
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, and then they get a lot of posts about, is this the budget? What's the budget?
Yeah, that's
It's like, yeah.
or my mechanic. That one's funny. I mean, I get that one's funny.
Yeah, my mechanic, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Budget, man. I mean, I've always been. I feel like everyone's on a budget in a way. You know what I mean? It's not like you could just spend whatever you want. And whoever that is, it's probably Jonathan Price. I mean, I don't know anyone else. No budget. Yes.
Right. With that dude, like, it's like, dude, it's just the name of the group, man. It's the name of the group. Like, calm down, bro. Calm down. It's like, you don't have to be the Facebook Nazi. It's just the name of the group. If you think it's too expensive, then just scroll past it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's usually, the guys with like, their particle board box falling apart, and they're just rigging it together. Like, we've all been there, and it's just like they're feeling some type of way when they see this wall with 618s and this plexiglass window and lights and some girl's hair going. It's like, this isn't what I thought this group was, but I don't know. It is what it is.
Yeah, people get salty.
Right. I'm not making another Facebook group. I just want to bang harder, Team SP Loud, and of course Kicker Club. I'm good.
Right. Oh, dude, I don't know how you do that. I couldn't manage a Facebook group.
It's not too bad, but at the same time, I mean, if it wasn't for the robots, it wouldn't be as bad. I just hate accepting people, and then they post some random stuff, and it's like, come on, man, and it's like, bye-bye. But yeah, I don't know. I just want to bang harder. It's doing okay, but it's not like it once was. Just like anything, you got to have heart in a group, heart in your content. My heart's in the Kicker Club because it's always been Kicker. You know what I mean? So it's easy for me, and it's like the guys there, they do support it. And they're like, man, we appreciate what you do, and it's like, holy crap, like, okay, this is awesome. I'm definitely backing this.
Do you ever feel bad, like, if you want something that's not Kicker? Like, just in the back of your mind, it's like,
Listen,
like, Kicker offers something that could fill this need, but actually, this thing over here is catching my eye.
Right, I know. Whenever I got my first paycheck, you bet believe I was on Amazon, eBay.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at stuff. And what really crossed my eye, I was like, I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I wouldn't mind dailying it and like just pushing it to its limits. A Scar 18-inch IX or something like that, or it was 18 for $139.
They're entry level. Those IX subs, man, I will tell you
Dude.
this. Those IX subs, they're mass produced or whatever, but those are legitimately decent little subs. Now, they're not gonna just blow your doors off, but they sound good. They sound good, and they take some decent power.
Right. I remember, didn't you have that in your sub competition with like the Rockville?
I didn't have the IX.
No. You didn't have the IX? Okay.
No, but I have used them. I didn't even do a video on it. So I've used it. I actually got a CT Sounds Tropo that I've been trying to shoot. I've got it. I've been playing with it. I think it's pretty brutal.
Right. It's just like anything, though. You know what I mean? It's like you get what you pay for, but I feel like with that, just because of the sheer size of the woofer, 600 RMS, it's going to need all of it. But, I mean, you're doing 142s, man. 144 is the right box. Maybe louder if you, give up some stuff. For $140, I don't know. I just thought it was pretty tangible. I'm like,
dude, I bet I do a 143.6 with the 225 on that Rockville K915 and the Trooper. Damn. I bet you, like, if I had a little bit of power, I bet you I could push that up over 145, 146 pretty easy.
Easy. And that's the Rockville Destroyer sub you had?
No, not the Destroyer, just the K9.
Just the K9.
$150 or $160.
I tried getting someone to buy a pair of those, like, right after Exo's video. I'm like, listen, they're good subs. You just gotta give them the right power. They'll be fine.
Right.
But for the price, you couldn't beat it. It was like, what, 112 or something like that for pretty cheap. And I'm like, dude, just grab a pair of those, man. You'll be good.
And they were selling spares, like, they had recones for them, which was cool. I mean, you're going to need them if you go crazy.
Right. You never know, man.
The fatal flaw was their power rating. That's the fatal flaw with those.
Right, because they put, the weird RMS, they put the power handling.
They have like a good, better, best. They have like 3 levels, and the lowest level is double what that'll handle. So it's like a
Jeez.
500. It's like a 5 or 600 watt RMS up. The
Right.
lowest rating is 1,000 on there, I think, or 1,200.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We need
Yeah.
more gain.
Yeah.
Oh man, I need that video so
Because
bad.
they seen EXO below his, but also
Yeah.
Derek blew one too at the same time. So his video came out the same time as EXO's, or within
Really?
the same week. He also blew his.
I remember him posting that. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to look back and rewatch that. I remember that. Oh, that's crazy. I know that was dumb, but at the same time, Sundown underrates the crap
Right.
out of their shit. You know,
Yeah.
I'm watching the
Salt's
salts.
yeah.
It's almost misleading, but again, if you match it with the equipment, just like Boss Audio, you're
Yeah.
good. You're good. You're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
But-
tell you what, man. Like the salt, those things, that they hit me with the sticker shock, man. When I started looking at prices, like my God, that is the price of a legitimately high-end amp.
What are they
And
like 1,400 or something or?
Let me look. I'll look right now because those dudes are expensive as hell, man.
Jesus.
I think what the 4,000. Hold on, I'll find it. I think it's over $1,000 for sure.
I mean, that's, it's understandable because you think, it is a powerful board. That'll do rated at like 12 ohms or 12 ohms, 12 volts too, right? Like it's
Yeah.
and I mean, people say, I know my buddy Casey, Casey, he says, oh, they do really good at high resistance. And it's like, yeah, it might do good at high resistance, but it'll do even better at low resistance, just like any amp. It's so underrated. You're thinking you're only getting this, but you're actually getting that. You know what I
Right.
mean? But you're paying for it too, but I feel like there is probably definitely some quality behind it compared to what, a Terramp 8K? That's what
Oh,
I would
yeah.
like,
What? Well, the Salt 4 is $1,352 on Down for Sound Shop right now.
Okay, so I was close. I
Yeah,
was
so
close.
that's a hefty price.
Right.
And what did that do? Because at 1 ohm, it's closer to rated than it does way overrate at higher impedances. But when you
Right.
get it at 1 ohm, it's a little closer.
Yeah, I think it did 5,700. It was almost 6K. It was
Yeah.
almost 6. But yeah, like you said, it was like doing what? It was rated 1,000 watts or something. I forgot, what was the 4K rated at? 2,000. I think it did 3,000. So
And it-
I mean, right. But if
Yeah,
it's like
50,
I don't know.
5897 at 1 ohm, 14.4 volts. Yeah, I mean it's a nice amp. It's a nice
Right.
amp, and I think they're a bit plain looking myself, but
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's a Korean board, and Sundown they do some research and development and stuff, and I think
Yeah.
they go for that sleek look rather than that. Not even
Yeah.
sleek, but just what I mean, like that machine. Just like there's a
Absolutely,
Sundown
yeah.
amp.
Right. Yeah. So it's like I don't know. It's not what I would be looking for. Although any amp of that power is not what I'm looking for, anyways. So it doesn't matter to me, because
Right.
I'm the guy that runs 1,500 watts. So I'm like the wrong guy to be commenting on this.
I know it's crazy because it's like I'm the same guy too, man. You know what I mean? The biggest
Yeah.
amp I've ever had was a 2,400, but it's like at least I get like my hands on like this bigger equipment. I watch other people do it. They trust me enough to run their equipment or do whatever, and
Yeah.
so I get the experience that way. But right, it's just like the personal, my own build. Nope.
Oh yeah, well it's like like Casey's, right? Casey's got, it's ridiculous. It is a ton of power. I haven't heard what he has now, but I heard what he had at the Sundown show, and it was freaking brutal, man. It was.
Oh yeah.
And he
Oh,
had
yeah.
the salt. Did he have the salt in there? Yeah, he did have the salt, right?
I think he had the Salt 12K. Yeah.
Right, and that was the only
Yeah.
amp he had. And that was a brutal system.
Yeah, I think he does a 63, 62 at 25 hertz or something like that. It's
Yeah.
it's nice.
And I think I got the demo all the way to like 15 hertz or something. So
Ooh, the nasty lows.
Yeah.
You'll like my build, Rob. It plays the lows, but it's not like gonna rip your face off. It's like, ooh.
Hey, yeah, no,
John.
man.
No, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
You go
I
ahead.
was saying,
go
yeah,
ahead.
I gotta hear it someday. Check it out.
Hell yeah, man. I should be at Slamology. I don't know if you're going. I don't know. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of stress on me too, but I do want to go to these shows and meet everybody, especially being a YouTuber now. It's like I got to do it.
Yeah.
But I want to go. I really do hope Kicker goes. You know, it's just cool because
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know. I liked the first year I went, but it's like as soon as the tornado came, I ran right to Kicker, and I just wanted to get a picture of my car beside the Kicker.
Yeah.
Kicker cube, and then next
Oh,
thing you know, and then it's just boom.
I have fun, but I want like the hot shows. Like I'm not down with that.
Yeah.
It was hot at the Sundown Show, and I heard it's worse at Slamology.
Oh yeah, yeah. So you get that straight beam of sun, no clouds. It's just,
Right.
or it's just raining and tornadoes in the parking lot.
Nice.
I can't. Yeah. So you got that? You still rocking that K9 in your car or no? Your SUV.
So I've had the Tropo, the CT Sounds Tropo.
Okay.
I've been running that for like 2 or 3 months now, just playing around with it, and I have like all Kicker Q class. So I have the
I remember that.
1000
Yeah.
the 1000 watt sub amp, and I have 2 500 ones. Right now I got Rockford Fosgate components in the door and some JBL tweets up top. That's going to change. This set right here is probably going to make its way into the Trooper when
Ooh.
I get time.
Nice. How are them snowmen? They doing okay?
Yeah, the Snowmans are great. It's not like a Trooper install because the way they are, but
Yeah.
yeah, they're actually. I think I got those sitting up here. No, they're sitting right here.
I know it's so
That's-
hard to
that's
remember where
Snowman.
everything is.
Yeah,
I can't. I want to get a pair of those, but it's like I don't know. I want to. I don't know. I already did the damage. I already have speakers in my air vents. There's no going back.
Oh man, yeah. Do you still have AC though? Did you
Yeah, I
bypass your
I
AC?
left the two in the middle. So there's
Yeah.
you know, there's AC, but it kind of does suck, you know what I mean? Like you're driving down the road and it's like you got to lean in to get some AC. You know,
Yeah.
cuz it's not blowing when it's really really hot. It kind of sucks. And then you're playing some bass and then the heat's just coming it's not as
Yeah.
good. And then it's like my car. I already
Yeah.
have a pipe running from the floor vents cuz those are blocked off because I have a pipe running from the
To the
front
amp.
to the amp to keep it cool.
And
'Cause
is that your daily driver then? Is that what you drive every day?
It used to be.
Yeah.
I would say when I went into show car retirement mode was probably 2018. 2018, because I would use the Volvo too. I had my Volvo that I still have it, but it don't run anymore. Then we got the Pilot, and then honestly, whenever I did Cookie Monster, was like right around the time when I was like, okay, this is not a daily driver anymore. I'm taking up the whole vehicle. I'm
Yeah.
driving like this. But I would honestly, for how much I would go out, like go into the store and stuff, unless I had to pick up a bunch of stuff, I would make an excuse to take the car out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Full coverage, always kept it on it. I just now knocked it off because I'm like, I ain't driving it. I got to do some work to it. I don't want to break nothing. Because I just got to brace my box, my ports coming apart, and just, you know, tighten up, seal some gaps, and just bolt down the box a little bit better and fix the floor. Because it just, you know, from pulling it in and out from these tinsel leads snapping on me.
Yeah.
It was just, just in the natural wear and tear. Driving your vehicle, banging on your system, playing 14 hertz. You know, it's just...
Are you gonna switch to a
man.
15 when the L7X comes out, or what? No.
Oh no. I'm gonna get to two 10s, and
Right.
the reason I'm going with 10s is so I have enough space for the enclosure in Kayla's car. Because
Oh,
hers is just mine, you know.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's like, oh yeah, I got my car again. I have back seats. This is cool, you know. So I have that's why I was gonna grab it. Whenever I do it, I have down for sound wire for the front to back for 0 gauge. I have 0 gauge everywhere else for the amps. I'm gonna run a CX1800 on each one of the L7X10s. I'm probably just gonna grab the dual 2s, wire it down to 1 ohm. Even though
Yeah.
the CX 1800s are 2 ohm stable, just gonna send it. If it don't work, then I'm gonna be like, hey Kip,
Well, they
I
make
need-
they make them 1 ohm versions now.
I know, but then the 1 ohm versions, I don't know if they do 1800 at 2 or not. I have to look.
No,
The brand
no.
new.
They do. Well, I think they rate them at 1800 at 2 and 1 ohm. But
Oh, if that's the case, then maybe.
the
Maybe.
2 ohms, they'll take the 1 ohm and they'll do more power. Obviously.
Yeah,
than 1
that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking, that they were a little bit more, even though they weren't stable, they could do
Yeah.
more power because of that factor. Yeah, because I got 2,000 and almost 20 watts out of each one,
Yeah.
wired at 1 ohm, but that was a tiny box.
And those
I'm
are
not
they're like
playing.
$350.
Dude,
I mean,
they're the
it's
best
cheap.
dollar
Yeah.
for power kicker amp out there.
Well,
By-
plus if
by-
you blow them, I mean, you know a guy.
Right. Hey,
And it's
hey,
like,
Kip.
Kip, like, it'd be a shame if I said something about these blowing up on my live stream.
No pressure, but just to letting you know. But yeah, I want to get those for the 210s, just because of the airspace. And it's like, man, those are going to be 10s. They're going to be the equivalent of the size of a 12 round, and they got some freaking throw. So yeah, they're not going to need a very big box, but they're going to need a decent sized box. And I want to have space, not space in the trunk, but enough for like the subs to fit, for
Yeah.
the air to go around. I don't know if I'm going to fire them up or just back. I've had better scores with being able to take more power when I had subs loading into the trunk rather than loading up into the hatch, because a lot
Yeah.
of the wave is just going, so the sub's moving out and over excursion, which could help if I don't need all that power. But if I need it, I'm gonna bottom out, and I might, you know what I mean? It always
Yeah.
depends, So there's that.
Sometimes it likes to backfill. When you're firing into the hatch, it likes to backfill in that area
Yep.
and then come down there.
Yep.
So,
Yep, play a little bit lower, just a little bit.
well, I'm
Two
I'm
hertz.
looking forward to the 10 because Kip's promised me that it plays music, and we're gonna see.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Anyways.
I think it's not gonna be your L7S or your L7Q. It's gonna take a little bit more power to get moving, and it might not be quite as accurate because of how it's designed to be, linear, 2 or an inch and a half up and an inch and a half down, or
Yeah.
however they measure it. That's a lot of distance. You think, oh, it's an inch and a half. That's not that much. Have you looked at your, kicker comp? It goes like a quarter of an inch. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's not much.
Yeah.
And anything past that, you're past technically, mechanical limit.
Definitely.
But
Well,
they work
it's
good.
tough. The W7 is one that kind of I think plays both ways,
Yep.
and and they've made that sub now for like 15 years, basically the same way because it was a good design.
Dude, I've always wanted an W7. I never had
Yeah.
my hands on one. I've re-surrounded one from a buddy of mine, and then I was kind of upset. He actually blew the damn thing literally
Oh,
2
man.
weeks later. Built him a box and everything. It was a nice box. He wanted it tuned kind of low. I tuned him down to 31. Ported box.
Yeah.
But he put a Terramp 3K on it.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, no.
Derek's got a W7 I recone in his vehicle right now.
What's he got?
A W7 that I reconed. I
Oh.
did a video on it. He ended up buying it from
Nice.
me.
I
He's been
can't-
running it for a while.
That's awesome. They're great subs, but I think they are
Yeah.
more SQ, but I would compare it to the Q. You know what I mean? But a
Yeah.
little bit more, maybe a little bit more throw on it.
Yeah, it's a little more aggressive than a Q. Although
Right.
the little dirty secret that people don't know is like that L7S. Like if you're trying to get loud, that's your sub. That's your sub
Yep.
right there. Don't get the Qs because Qs. I think the Qs sound better.
Sealed.
A little, they're a little tighter. But if you need to throw some power at the L7S, is where it's at.
Right. And that's why I don't understand why they added an S to it, because it is just like the 08 or 011 kicker
Yeah.
L7. They just added an S, so I guess we wouldn't get confused between the S and the Q and everything else.
Right.
But I'm glad they didn't get rid of it, because like you said, the Q is a different sub. Yes, it
Right.
has more power handling, but yeah, I think it's a more sound quality oriented woofer. You know what I mean? That can handle a
Yeah.
little bit more power. So hopefully, I think the L7X is going to lean way more towards the L7S as in quality, but handle more power.
Yeah.
Sort of like this Solo X or the 10 or the 12. Man, I always wanted to put one in a sealed box. I think it would sound amazing. Like
Yeah.
literally like 6.5, 7 cubes. Not too big,
Would.
but not too small.
I could tell you the movement. Like I've now been to kickers several times, and hearing L7Xs in person as they're playing free air, mechanical movement is very, very clean. You don't hear
Yeah,
much at all. So
that's good.
that's good because I know the Solo X it does have mechanical noise when you're playing it some. So
Just a little bit.
yeah.
I
So
thought that was just my old spider giving out on me.
yeah, no, they do, and the old Warhorse amps, they have quite a bit of noise when you're playing them at low volumes.
Right. That's crazy. I know that's something you don't think about too, and then you see these, other brands. I'm not going to mention names, but like other brands, and it's like you wonder how well those sound, compared to
Yeah.
something else like that. But then, what is it designed for? Is it designed for moving air or making music?
Well, and when the Warhorse come out, it was like one of the first 10,000 watt amps, so they were
Right.
kind of breaking new ground, and it's like, yeah, this thing's meant to get loud as hell, so
Yeah, this is all. Yeah.
this is what it does. It's not meant to, we're not going to be closing our eyes and listening in the driver's seat for a center.
Yeah.
image.
Man,
trying
this
to
is
bang.
sounding kind of sloppy. What do you got back there? Oh, just a Solo X18. What? I can't. I know. That's one thing I'll never forget whenever I went to Slam last. And I was giving those demos for like 4 or 5 hours straight. And my tinsel lead snapped. Well, the second one did. I think I was
Yeah.
playing on one tinsel lead for a while. Because it wasn't sounding quite as loud, but it was still moving the hair. But I'm like, maybe it's my batteries. I don't know. So after that went, and I'm like talking to Jeremy the next day. And he's like, it's really impressive what you did with this setup because this sub was not designed in this way whatsoever. And I'm like, he's like, I know it's supposed to play music and this and that. It's a really good sub, but it wasn't meant to do what you're doing,
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I just really wanted the lows, and I wasn't really looking at the driver per se, but it's like I kind of knew how to build a box from messing with this one box that I had. And I learned a lot from that one box and how ports and tuning, ratios, all that kind of stuff works to get some lows. And I kind of just went off that, and I'm looking at the woofer. Yeah, you look at the specs, you look at the SPL, you look at the X-Max, you look at the RMS, SD, all that kind of MMS, and it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. And then you look at the FS, and it's like, 26 hertz. That might play kind of low. And
Yeah.
yeah, kind of, yeah.
There you go. Well, that's why, because I know personally, like the L7 or the Solo X's I've heard the 10s, the 15s, and I've only heard a few of the 18s. But I will say that, like, musically, they're borderline. They're not like what I consider a musical sub, but they're
Right.
loud as hell. They get loud and they play loud.
Right.
I would say even like the first L7 that I had, musically, I thought it didn't sound that great, but it was loud, and I was able to do 150 off a single one, back in the day, and it was kind of back then. Digital Designs was doing it with the 9500s, but very
Right.
few companies were doing that.
Wow. Right, and it's like, you are giving up maybe some things for sound quality. I mean, yes, you got a square sub. Yes, the wave is round. But there might be some small differences between just the shape alone. And like, with power handling and stuff, like, I feel like it's not average, but it's like the overall is like, if you would play Madden, the overall is like every stat is like 88. It's not the best, but it's not average and it's not bad. And it's just
Right.
like that overall. And then each of their lines peak and follow at different areas, and you give and take just like any sub. So I just feel like it's like a really good to great woofer to use from every application. But is it, going to beat you just watt for watt compared to something else? Or is it going to beat you of just sounding good? Like when I first heard an L7, same experience, But it's like, how do you judge that between that or your, 2 audio bond 10s in a big sealed box?
Yeah.
How do you compare? And then you don't really know that much stuff to compare it to, And listening to it now, it's like I throw a Kicker Comp C10 in a
Yeah.
small sealed box like a cube. Not that small for it, but small. And it's like, it's not boomy, but it hits those nice notes and everything sounds clean. But obviously you want more bass. But it sounds good. And you can get the same thing with an L7, but I feel like maybe there might be some some things that are different, because that's
Right.
a big difference between a Walmart Kicker 10 to an L712 750 RMS. It's apples and oranges. And you know more than anybody, with sound quality, they're not using drivers that have over 500 RMS. They're using light, efficient drivers with not tight suspension, but accurate suspension. The way they design it, just so the sound waves, refract, or however they do it, And a lot of it does come down to the build itself with sound quality, as we all know. But
Yeah, you can do it like the new L7s. I don't know what I swallowed, man. I'm gonna die over here.
we got Kip in here. Kip, this is the
I was just
after
gonna say.
show.
I was just gonna say that.
Yep.
The ComQ10, but I will say I like the rounds. I still like them. I don't know if it's just like a ear thing versus the square, but I like the round, like the ComQ rounds are the ones.
It reminds me of
No,
like the
those are
CVX.
those are the
even.
rounds, right?
Yeah,
The
the Comp
Qs.
Q. Yep,
Right,
because
yeah,
it's the L7Q. Absolutely. Yeah, I like those, and I never heard the new CVXs. I've always loved the older CVXs, like the 2003, I think it was, with the weird shape on the front of it. I thought those were really cool. It might have been the 06 or 05, I forget which. There was a couple different ones. But
Yeah.
I didn't know they still made them until about a year ago. I'm like, wait, they still make CVXs? They're like, oh yeah, they got a 2017 right here. It's got the blue stitch and it looks just like the L7S. I'm like, what? Oh my god, I need one. Those are cool. I always like those ones.
You know which one I like that they don't make anymore? The Solo Bear Classic. They come back. Those were good. Those were sick.
No, it looks just like one of these. It just,
Yeah, but it's round.
Yeah.
That was a cool one. Yeah.
Let's see. Andy send Kip a link too. Hey, if he wants to come on. I don't know how
man.
much longer my camera will last, and Rob's probably getting tired
it's
too.
It's going, man. I can't believe it's like it
Yeah.
hadn't. Yeah.
I'm telling you, whenever it's set up right, I got a good hour and 45 minutes, and then after that, you don't know.
You start going roboto, Mr.
Yep.
Roboto.
El Roboto. Yeah, Kip, he's doing better, it seems. That's good. That was scary, man.
Oh yeah.
He seemed pretty good though on Tuesday night. That was.
They say I've never been tested for COVID.
Yeah, until I got it, me neither. I always
Yeah.
thought I had it back in 2019 of December, right before all that stuff came out. I think that's why I didn't get hit as bad as Kayla did, because I was really sick for like a week and a half, 2 weeks back then.
But
And
I
then-
was never sick, so there was a period in time where I had a very bad headache every single day for 2 weeks. But that is the only thing that would make me think that I might have possibly gotten it at some point.
Right. I mean, I feel like if you got COVID, you're gonna know. Like, yeah, there are some people that can,
I think that too, like, because everyone that I've talked to, they're like, yeah, you would if you had COVID, you would have known.
Right.
Dude, you went
It's
for
like-
You guys went for 4 hours or something, didn't you?
Dude, it was insane. I felt bad. I was like, hey, Kip, it's like 90 minutes. Hey, Kip,
Yeah.
it's 2 hours. You good? He's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, you know
Just
that.
kept going.
Listen, you know
It was
that fool
fun.
had some built-up energy, and he's dying to be on Unmasked.
Right.
Like
right.
he doesn't just do it because it's like part of his job. This dude is like born to be on Unmasked, so he had to get some
Absolutely.
energy out.
Right, and that's I think you're dead on with the energy, because I was kind of like the same, like I felt the same way. It's like I want to go live, I want to talk to these people even though I can't breathe. I'm dying, but I want to talk and just right. And it's Kip of all people, man. He really wants to get out. Yeah, that was definitely a test. We broke you in, Kip. I think you're good to go, but keep your game set and you should be all right.
Yeah.
I can't.
Kick
Kicker
guy's always
solid.
pushing kicker for some reason. Mix it up.
I know. Come on,
It's
man.
weird. It's getting weird.
Yeah.
It's like they pay you to do that.
Yeah, it's like it's his day job or something.
Yeah.
Man, some people. I can't. Oh, that's cool. Kip's in here now. No, this was fun. I don't know. I was just messing around after the podcast, and here we
Yeah.
go. We made our own podcast tonight. The
Oh,
after
that's
show.
what- I was just sitting there and I was like, man, I don't got nothing to do. I'm not tired. I definitely don't feel like working on video. I was like, I'm gonna watch Andy stream, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just join Andy?
Yeah. Perfect timing, man.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that this camera was just the power supply or it needed resetted. Either way, it wouldn't come out of that glitch mode. So that makes me wonder why.
I think it's
you know?
I think it's power supply. If I had to guess, I think my power supply is a 12-volt 5 amp, the one I use for the Canon.
Wow, that's huge. That's huge.
Yeah. So it's
See,
like a pretty big one. I ordered it from Amazon, and so it's a pretty I got the one that everyone was recommending to use with it, and I've never had an issue. Although Canons don't typically have this issue, and it's kind of a well-known Sony issue.
Yeah, the guy at Sony was saying, he's like, yeah, it's because the cameras are so small, and oh, did I just lose myself?
Oh, damn
Yep,
it! We shouldn't have said nothing.
I did something.
We-
Darn it! What'd I do?
We shouldn't have said that, man. It's the Brazilians.
Oh no! Oh no! I can't.
That's
I don't
funny.
know what happened. I have no idea.
Dude, see, look. I think
Good old
this
Sony
is, I
ZV1.
think this is gonna fix it.
I hope it does. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna test
I'm
it.
gonna send it tomorrow because I gotta mail off those wiring goods. So hopefully.
Thanks,
it's there.
man. No, I'll definitely be trying it. I'm gonna test it through the ropes and see what it does. I think it's gonna make a difference. I really do.
I think
really
so,
do.
too. Yeah, because you're having to do all the calculations and everything on camera right now.
Right.
And when you use this, all you're doing is HDMI pass through.
Yeah, and that should do a little bit less transactions through the camera, like the I guess whatever you would call it. Like what would you call that? Is it got a? I guess it has a computer inside the camera to process everything. Less processing.
It's got a processor. Yeah, it's like got a Canon calls them Digic. I don't know what Sony does, but yeah, I kind of want ZV1 for some filming, for vlogging type stuff. That's a good camera for that. It has a built-in ND filter. It's got a decent zoom range.
Right.
No kid.
That's what it's pretty much made for, is blogging, like walking around talking.
Right.
Like MBE needs that. He needs his camera.
Oh, he does. And did you know that you can buy a Sony shotgun mic that'll plug into the hot shoe up there that you don't have to power, and you don't even have to plug in. It connects through the hot shoe.
See, that's what if I had the streaming under control a little better, it wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah.
Then I'd get some more add-ons. I do want to get a directional mic, like you're talking about, that just slides right in, and then you don't have to worry. I mean, it'd be good for like you're saying, you're holding the camera, you're talking. It's
Yeah.
perfect for that. And I feel like if I'm gonna be doing that, I'm probably gonna be using that. And then if I'm doing any other kind of shot, I'll probably just
Yeah.
use the GoPro. You know what I mean? For
Right.
like the wide angle.
What do you do
I'm
now
walking
for
around.
do you capture live audio?
You mean for the like the bench tests and stuff?
Yeah.
Now I use all ZV1. I was using ZV1 for this, and then GoPro for dyno.
Right.
where you see the dyno, and then I just wound up just using the the Sony ZV1 for both. And I had to adjust the lighting a little bit. I needs more
Yeah.
lighting. But yeah, all I do is record, and then I use the microphone and record
The
on the
voiceover.
computer, and then I have to match everything.
Oh, dude, if you can. You froze again for a second. You're good now. But
Oh, okay, shit.
if you can get a setup where you can capture live audio, your life is going to be so much easier. Although
Right.
is your power supply very loud?
And no, that's quiet.
Yeah,
That's
that
quiet.
has saved me. Like if I can use live audio, because I'll do a take like I would in VO. So if I mess up, I just keep going. And
Yeah.
let me tell you why Kip's in here. This dude, they cut their little promos after the show every week, right? This dude is a freaking pro. Like Kip, he's humble. He's not gonna say it. This dude is a pro. He hits that mark like me. When I cut our little promo, I needed like 5 times to do it.
I can't.
But Kip, dude, he is a freaking pro. Like one take, boom. He'll get the
I know.
whole thing in one take.
I know. It's like he practiced it or something,
Yeah.
300 times right before he shot.
But
I know, he's a
does it.
natural.
He does
He's a
it.
natural,
He does
right.
it, man. Yeah,
Right.
he's like, yeah.
It's
So,
insane. I mean, he's been doing this for a long time. You know, you go on Kicker YouTube, man. There's some good videos on there. Like I knew about Kip before, you know, I met him. That's why, like, when I met him, I'm like, hey, I know all about you. You know, I'm that weird guy that looks at all the old Kicker stuff, and you know, even though I haven't, you know, whatever. It's just cool. It's cool to know him now, like how we do. It's awesome.
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well,
Absolutely.
see, unfortunately for Kip, you know, he's on my personal friends list uh, of people I consider friends. So I'm sorry, Kip, you're stuck with me for life now.
Stuck.
Okay, you're on that list too, so you're also stuck with me.
Damn it. Nah, same here, Rob. Man, you really you're a good guy, and I'm glad I know you, and you know you're positive for the community. I mean, obviously, but you're a good
Yeah.
person too.
Well, hey, that's the same way, man. That's why I always want to reach out to you because you were basically is I feel like you're in the same spot I was. Like you're a part of the community and your goal is to grow the community, whether that means you growing or not growing. That doesn't matter to you. The main
Right.
thing that matters to you, you just want to be part of the community and like contribute something.
Absolutely. Right,
So,
and it's just like I've been doing the same stuff, and now it's just like, well, I'll do it on YouTube. I like talking. I'm a good talker. I like the
yeah.
bullshit, you know. I'm that guy that, you know, talking to some random guy. It could be about car audio or something else, you know. So it works, you know. But
Yeah,
absolutely, like you
you're a
said.
natural too. Like the first time I seen you on stream was with Kicker, right?
I think so. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and,
That was
and
that
I
was
was
fun.
like, dude, I was like, you're a natural because like me, too, it took me a long time to get comfortable as I. And a matter of fact, in my YouTube videos, I wouldn't even show my face for the longest time because
Wow.
I was like
Yeah.
uncomfortable with that. But eventually, you know, once you've been on here, it's like, wow, okay, now you
Y-
can do it, and it's no big deal. But you were
Yeah.
kind of like that from the beginning.
Thanks, man. You know, it's kind of like I've kind of learned that whenever I was a kid, middle school, elementary, I didn't have friends. You know, I didn't have any confidence. Went to a Christian school for a few years, gained some confidence, went back to high school, played some
Yeah,
football, and it's just like, you know, not football, but, you know, I played football, but it's not because of the
yeah,
football. But, you know, it's like I did gain my confidence from then, and
yeah,
then it just kind of went from there, you know, and it's not like a confidence like ego, but like I wasn't afraid to like look someone in the eye because you would have to be able to talk to someone and carry conversation and make eye contact, and that's, you know, that's the main thing. And I think one thing I did learn from when I went to that Christian school for 3 years, they did plays. I think I learned from that, being in front of
right,
people, an audience, you know what I
right.
mean, lights, boom, you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna die. You know.
That's funny. I didn't know you went to Christian school. I
Yeah.
went to Christian high school, 10th grade
Nice.
to 12th, graduated. So,
See, I did like opposite. I went 8th grade, ninth grade, and 10th grade, and then went
yeah.
back to high school.
See,
It's
I
not
went for
bad,
the
yeah.
wrong reasons. I went for the wrong reasons. So I was getting in trouble in regular school.
Yeah, you
But,
bad boy.
but yeah, it's like, well, we're going to send you to this school. And it worked out well. It worked out well. Like, the principal was a super cool guy. Matter of fact, he was the, what do you call him? Officiant of my wedding.
Oh
So
wow,
me and my
that's
wife, he
awesome.
married me and my wife.
That's crazy.
I don't know what you call it. Minister,
Yeah,
ordained
yeah,
minister,
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so he done that, and yeah, it was a pretty good experience
That's
overall.
awesome.
Although we didn't have football and stuff, this kind of sucked. You know, being there, it was small. I didn't get to do like the real high school football. I got to play football in the younger grades when I was like seventh, eighth grade.
Yeah, yeah. See, I didn't do any of the midget league. I think that's where I messed up. I started as a junior. That was a bad idea. But
Yeah,
yeah, I left for football. You know, and I wish I kind of stayed. Honestly, I left for football. There was basketball. I played there. Played basketball. Well, we won 2 championships, ninth and 10th grade. Man, we went back to back.
wow.
I was on. Me and my dad. We literally started a wrestling team there. Which was pretty cool. We had like 9 people on the team, and we go out to like, you know, like those random wrestling meets that you could just go to. You just go and pay, and you just wrestle. But you know what I mean? We had a big mat. You know, it was pretty legit. And I left just to play football. You know, and
Yeah,
that
dude.
didn't go too far. I had one semi scholarship, 4,000 a year to go play at Toledo, and I didn't take it because the
Right.
girl I was with. I should have went and played darn football, but. You live and you
That's
learn, man. Now
oh,
I'm just a
that's
college quarterback on the couch. You know what I mean?
That's you could have been the next Doug Flutie.
Right. You're telling me, man. That's my idol, man.
Yeah.
Shake and bake him. Jumping over the
What
line.
he played at Boston College?
What's that? I think so. I think
Boston
so.
College. That's where he could win. I mean, it's not too far away from where you're at.
Yeah, I'll be like, hey, you know Doug Flutie? Yeah.
Yeah, like that's me. Oh man, like my daughter, she played, basically played volleyball from the time she was like 11, all the way through high school, and she could have played in college, but she
Wow.
got academic scholarships, and it's like she just decided that I don't want to spend my time doing this now, because once you go to college, they kind of own you.
Yeah.
So she's like, well, I got scholarships, so I'm just gonna go to regular.
Jeez. Yeah, you got to make that decision. You know what I mean? It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough.
But you kill my wife. You know, she wanted the extra time to do more games and stuff. She didn't know what she's gonna do. But
Absolutely, man. I don't know about you, but I'm getting kind of tired.
yeah, man, yeah.
It's hard
Yeah.
to tell Kip, hey, listen.
Listen,
Vega. No, I appreciate you jumping on with me. I had a good time, and we were just side jagging this whole show, and it's nice. You don't have to be all uptight.
yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. It's I do a very serious car audio show on Thursdays, and then after that we do a side jag show.
Right. Absolutely. I need to start. I'm just gonna be streaming till 4 a.m. This thing.
Yeah.
I
Well,
can't.
you already done probably 10 or 12 hours of streaming this week, so you put
Oh,
your time.
dude, it's insane. I like it though. I do like it. I like it
Yeah.
more when things work, but I do enjoy it. So, and I get to
Yeah.
talk to you guys.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
cool.
All right,
Oh, yeah,
man.
Hey, thank you again, buddy.
Yeah, no sweat. Catch you chat
Easy.
later. See you.
Yeah,
Kip.
see you guys.
Get better.
Easy. Yeah,
25,
Kip, go to sleep.
John K. See ya. Basehead 30. Regular guy audio.
See you guys. Have a good one.